I would turn time back, I would definitely choose Dota as my career again. I grew up in Lviv, here in Ukraine, and my mom and dad were trying to give me the best we can, I believe. So my mom is a musician, and she obviously gave me to a music school. I was studying some piano, was singing a little bit here and there, like doing some stuff. Also, my mom gave me to acrobatics.
Я чувствовала, что больше его привлекает хореография, которая присутствовала на этих тренировках. Я чувствовала, что это доставляет ему удовольствие и радость. Я, поскольку музыкант, я не выдержала. Я решила и сказала: Даня, если тебе это так не нравится и тяжело, давай выберем. Ну и мы выбрали танцы.
Playing piano and doing dancing or whatever, we had these big concerts in front of big crowds, and one day I found Dota. I realized I like it. When I play Dota, I don't feel pressured, I don't feel afraid, because I'm pretty much used to the crowd.
All started when he was a kid. He was always trying to get some competition, like challenges, like in real life, so same things in gaming.
He is so positive person and he's open-minded, and people can feel his positive energy.
I was playing a lot of Dota, a lot of Dota, and it doesn't really matter for me actually what role I play. It's just about you enjoy the game.
He's not changed at all. Like he was a kid in this middle school, he was like a very funny guy who doing some joke.
В любой ситуации излучать это добро, смеяться. И вот это, наверное, притягивает к нему. Его любят.
When you have a lot of time to relax, I might go travel somewhere. I might do some activities. I walk around with my friends, with my girlfriend, or with my family. We just stick around the city because city is beautiful, and enjoying the views, enjoying some food.
Когда есть время, я с удовольствием посмотрю какой-нибудь матч. И если есть возможность поехать на турнир, конечно же, я ее не упускаю. И еду поддержать команду и ребят, да, они тоже.
We're watching all his tournaments mostly online, and you wish you could be there and support him and his team, but you can't, and you can just watch and send your energy and power into the screen. Right now he got the youngest fan, it's my son and his nephew, 1 year old. So I think we got more power now to send him.
Вся наша семья следит за этим с огромным вниманием. И я фанат, просто фанат Данила, фанат Нави.
I think I'm a good teammate. I always try to help my teammates. I always try to find a compromise. I always try to be nice to my teammates.
He wants to his team become better, not like only him. So he's always trying to help his mates and work with them like a group. It's like one huge, I don't know, like machine.
The best moment of my career would be achieving some results with my team DTS in 2010, when we won second place at ESWC at Paris, and when we won third place at WDC in China, Wuhan. And I think next part would be winning TI, obviously, and when taking second place at TI2 and second place at TI3, those 3 years were really successful. The most important thing you sacrifice is time, and you just give everything to Dota. And right now all I do is I play a lot of Dota, I watch a lot of Dota, I watch a lot of replays, I dream about Dota.
Он очень азартный человек. И игры его увлекали настолько, что он хотел выигрывать, он хотел соревноваться.
I was really sad was not getting to TI because it's important for every Dota player, I believe, to get to TI. I hope this year we can make it, so I'm working towards it really hard and we'll see how it goes. It's a little bit of a roller coaster, but everything should be alright.
Coming up next, TNC Pro Team versus NAVI.
What is this from Dendy?
It's the
This from Dendy.
Your
It's
throat
the
is
Fnatic
being-
thing, right? Like it's the.
It's not.
from,
It's not. Dude.
from the Fnatic video.
It's a. I'm a
Not
photographer and I
Dota
want you to
Fnatic.
do a cool thing, like intimidate your opponents, and everybody thinks like I'm gonna kill you.
You know, the greatest one I ever saw was actually from the guy just won, which is the Pycat.
Oh yeah, the LGD Int days.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, good times back when production value was
Not the best. That was a long time ago though.
different. Let's use the word different. It's just like a really bad movie. Like, yeah.
I don't know if it was that bad necessarily.
I don't know. Bad movies are interesting. The game, like the movie, was interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just focus on the Dota. I don't know. I don't care about the. I don't remember the production part that much. But maybe I didn't stay up in the middle of the night to watch games. It was probably something like that. Had a
Well,
good run,
I'm sure all the guys are sitting out there working tirelessly to give us fantastic production value. We're going to love that comment. Let's focus on the game then. NAVI versus TNC. Who do we actually feel? Like, if we're going to put percentages on this right now, I'll at least jump into the deep end right now and say I think it's 60-40 to TNC.
Yeah, I feel like this is maybe the difference between Optic and Complexity was. I feel like TNC, they started off really well. I think they've been deserving to go to a major for a long time. They've just been having some qualification issues, and even though they've been losing, every time I see them play, they look really strong. I feel like the C teams as a whole are one of the stronger regions, I guess. I feel like they have a lot more teams just below the cusp of qualifying that are still really good and respectable. So TNC showing up, especially because they've always been good, I think have looked really good. Navi has looked semi-shaky, and I think TNC should be able to beat Navi, but there could be an upset. You never know.
Yeah, because we can also focus on two of their players as well. You've been singing the praises hugely of Crystallize. I almost want to say the unsung hero, but you've been singing a lot of his praises lately.
Both actually. I've been tweeted about Raven. One of the games, his general movement in fights and decision making looks like miracle level sometimes to me. But I think both players have been playing amazing. Crystallized has certainly stood out on Navi this week so far. Had some really good carry performances. TB game was really good. Raven, also fantastic player. It's hard for me to say Crystallize is as good as Raven because Raven has been super consistent for over a year now. But I think individual performance-wise, I think Crystallize is playing about as good as Raven is this tournament.
Well, let's watch them go head-to-head. We'll see which heroes they get because the draft is already underway. And heavy bans on those jungle roamers again. So goodbye Chen, goodbye Enchantress, and throwing out the Razor.
There is a bounty hunter in the pool, though. Navi's been drafting that a lot recently.
There's a lot of heroes in this pool.
I guess I don't feel like there's too many Navi heroes where I feel like they really need to worry about them. I guess the one that really stands out is probably Death Prophet, I guess. I think they would be very happy if Dendy was playing Lina again because his Lina performances have been fairly mediocre.
It was better once he had the Shadow Blade to start with and not the Bloodstone build like we saw previously. That felt very inadequate.
Yeah, his build order in the first Lina game he played was very wacky, but the second one was better. It was just a losing game sort of situation. So see where Navi goes. The Tusk opening is a little bit abnormal so far in the tournament. A lot of other heroes are preferred generally, but it does give TNC the ability to score kills when they do end up roaming. So maybe that's one of their thoughts right off the bat.
Anything that gives them team fight. Because I got a feeling this game's going to turn into a brawler game. That's like when you mentioned the bounty hunter still in the pool, I'm like, okay. Lil gives the vision, Track comes in, Navi just need like one or two good ganks here and there, and the money starts rolling into the bank accounts.
Another reason it's maybe picked is in case there is a bounty hunter. Tusk is one of the best for catching people that can get away easily. Snowball the target, he goes invis, who cares? You snowball up, you hit the damage, and you pop dust, and maybe Ice Shard to prevent retreat as well.
Well, Navi's going to go for the Rubik instead, so pick up throwaways, some fun steals to be had.
We'll see. I guess stealing Tusk stuff is good, but it feels a little early for a Rubik to pick to me, I guess, is what I would say.
Normally you pick a Rubik in the second phase just so you at least know if you've got good steals.
Although I would say it's very good pairing with with Gyrocopter, though, because it's telekinesis should be thought of mostly as a chase skill, in that it lets you attack more times when you chase your opponent. And if you pair that with Gyro, that means more rocket barrages, more successful rocket barrages that deal only damage to the hero, and that's just going to amplify Gyro in a good way.
Yeah.
Also, Aura is very good. Gyro does a lot of magic damage. Can protect him with it as well if you want.
Speaking of early first phase kind of heroes, Puck slips into the first 2 for TNC. So silence, AoE control. A lot of problems as far as Navi goes for free movement when you go up against both the Tuskar as well as the Puck. But we're looking quite heavily on magical damage from both sides at the moment.
And I think TNC's been playing it. I'm not sure if they've been playing it both roles, but I feel like I've seen Armel played it at least one game earlier today. Or a different day perhaps, but I do like the Puck opening. It should be more than fine. Late game, grab an Ags, very good against Gyrocopter, for example. Some of those like BKB counters can really help out in those ultra late game situations. Seems to be like a big part of the game right now. Is like, what items do you buy to deal with shutting down BKBs? Whether it's like Blink, Burrow Strike, follow-up kills, or is it nullifiers, or whatever else. And certainly Ags Puck is a cool way to make it work.
Well, then you have to play something that's not the Death Prophet. Banned out by TNC, and Navi banned out the SF, so it looks like the mids are the primary focus for the teams in the 4th bans.
Yeah.
Dendy seemed to be very happy about it. He was kind of like chuckling and bouncing a little bit in his seat as they were talking about it all.
Probably something like, they won't let me play Shadow Fiend, they're going to make me play Lina again. What are they thinking?
Yeah, let me play Lina. Sure, I'll go for it.
I mean, Death Prophet's gone now. These are a lot of common Dendy heroes in the mid lane, so I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to end up on here.
There goes the Bat Rider, so the jump in initiation, also one of the old school heroes for general.
Very good way to guarantee a kill. Just Gyrocopter, homing missile, rocket barrage, usually it'll land up before the flaming lasso. I guess that's maybe a really underrated aspect of Gyro is that if you do have movement-based stuns, whether that's telekinesis or lasso, you can pull them into the follow-up stun easier, and then it's like your carry just hit a 2.8 second stun or whatever the heck it is right now. That's pretty valuable. I don't know if that's necessarily what they're thinking of, but there are times when pro players think stuff like that, like, oh, homing missile into telekinesis is like a guaranteed second stun as a carry with a dual lane. Like that stuff like that, they feel is so strong that it's worth pairing really fast.
Well, 140 seconds of the reserve time that Navi is currently eating into. But their third pickup, and it's going to be a Beastmaster.
Okay.
And we instantly flag the fact the Keeper of the Light is still available in the pool as well, just because he is the dual off-lane combination that we've seen time and time again over the last few weeks.
But there have been so few coddles. And I don't know if you want to coddle against a Tusk. That feels a little dangerous because if he catches you with Snowball, you're probably caught and then you are going to die. I guess pre-6, yes, but maybe not after, I suppose. But I just say Navi grabs another hero to combo with the Beastmaster that they can pressure with, and it's not going to be a big deal. Witch Doctor was one of the solutions at Katowice, the previous major, against Beastmaster in the offlane, since he is very tanky. Maledict offsets that, makes it easier to kill him.
So how about our other lanes, like when we think about the cores for TNC? Like you get the Puck in there. What matches up nicely? Like what hero is able to deal with the Gyrocopter? What hero is able to lane with against the Beastmaster?
Normally I'd say something like a Juggernaut against Gyro, but against Beast, maybe that's not the best matchup. His armor's okay in the lane. But I feel like chasing a Beastmaster down with spin is kind of dangerous as well because he just does a lot of physical, so no matter what, he hits you. So maybe
you still have Terrorblade in the pool.
Okay. Terrorblade could work as well. That was actually sometimes the hero that they would play against Beastmaster. Some of the times like EG would play it in the previous tournament since he has high armor and high regen. Certainly a possibility for TNC. Definitely a good Raven hero.
Someone that you can just let him break loose and go nuts.
Slap towers, stay alive versus Gyrocopter, Sunder if you really need. That's a good option.
Just be wary of the Rubik and you're all good. No need to Sunder asunder. As, oh, hello.
Okay, is that our Dendy hero?
No. Look at the grin on Lil's face. He's just like, man, this is mine. This is all mine. Everything is mine.
They'll look pretty happy.
I didn't turn my hair yellow for no reason.
Navi kind of looks like, oh, that was our last pick. I thought LeBron was going to go sit down and, okay, he's going to maybe stop.
I was like, we're done, right? We're done. Like, we're not playing anymore in this competition. We just picked Dark Willow. What's that win rate on the hero again?
It's maybe not super high. I like, yes, she maybe has a high win rate, but she hasn't been banned that often this tournament outside of first phase.
Hello, Terrorblade. So not as much of a surprise.
So the cool thing about Dark Willow mainly is that Terrorize lasts for 4 seconds, but usually you need to follow up as they're sprinting away at a fast distance and then use your ultimate to deal a crap load of damage. That's where she's abusive. And then sometimes if you do it fast enough, the stun follow-up will then stun them for like feared and stunned for like 7-8 seconds or something, which is huge. But it's a little hard to execute the combo, and you have to get to that point in terms of mobility items and lane support and stuff. And
I still love the one
we'll
game.
see.
The one game that we cast of Dark Willow, which I think was even on day 1 in the late part of day 1, was when the Dark Willow used Terrorize once.
That was like 3 times. I think it was LFY maybe or something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty early on, and it was very rough.
It's either a like teams are not quite ready to fit her into the playstyles, or she requires certain situations, or maybe players are not as familiar with how she should be abused. But there's some teams that are banning her, and there's many other teams that are ignoring her. So I'm not sold yet on her being dirty OP, considering the tweets that we've seen by top pros. But we'll see.
Maybe
after
just
this
more
game.
annoying, and you're not used to dealing with her yet. So on that front, she's a pain in the butt.
She's pretty good against Terrorblade in a lot of ways. Like stun follow up in an AoE around whoever she targets with Curse Crown. She can go into Shadow Realm so he can't sunder her. Bedlam does a ton of magic damage, which means perfect. You can, if you disable Terrorblade, you can definitely follow up the kills. And Bramble Mace, keep him disabled and away from you. Like there's an Terrorize always hitting our buildings. Go away for 4 seconds. But it's certainly a possibility. That Dark Willow could be a good TB counter. I'm guessing it's going to be mid Dark Willow.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
probably why TNC's probably taking so much
Maybe.
time on this last ban of theirs, because it's that Dendi. Is it Dendi Dark Willow?
I'm not sure. Nobody's been playing it mid. Everyone's been playing it as a
4.
4, I believe, or a 5. So it would be the first if it's done that way. This could be their support. Maybe this is why they're picking it here.
I think we had 1-5, we had 1-4. And the 5 was just like, well, I can block you in the trees on the bottom lane, because that's where Dark Willow went last, like the one we cast. It's like, all right, I can hit this perfect spot around that secret shop, and then everyone just has to piss off if you're on the off lane.
Yeah, it was really effective when they start tree juking. But outside of that, maybe has issues. So it'd be cool to see a new playstyle, but it definitely has issues pushing lane, collecting farm without using Bedlam. So there's certainly some problems with her going mid, but you know that was pretty much where everybody abused her when she first came out in the game.
Looks like TNC is also having some extra debate. The ban from NAVI bans out Tinker, so they're assuming that puck is going to go into a 3 position, Terrorblade 1.
It's kind of interesting. So it's like the TB counter in some ways, but I guess, yeah, against the Dark Willow, it would be pretty good. I mean, let's be real. I don't know if it's going to be a Dark Willow.
Why does that feel like it's just a... Well, this is just a smile. This huge smile that just comes in from Chris. Oh, hey, they banned the Brood. That's not what we're going to pick. I don't think they know what we're doing, boys.
If you are the favored team, I think it's very safe to ban Brood. They don't have good AoE. Terrorblade is not going to deal with spiders. Witch Doctor gets shredded by spiders. Tusk can't really do it either.
It feels like a safe OP pick.
It's a great, really good pick against the heavy single target stuns of Beastmaster and Rubik. I like this a lot. If somebody gets roared, banish them. Teamfight's going to become a lot harder for Navi afterwards. And it's just a generally safe mid laner, is the other thing to say. It's another big damage dealer. They needed some other semi-carry at the minimum out of their lanes. Can't just be TB, or shouldn't be. So I like the OD pick. I think it's pretty safe.
Well, it's up to Navi now to give their counter pick up. 15 seconds to go. I thought I would have instantly picked after seeing this. Just because they seem to be so confident in the room. Like right now we're looking at empty chairs. Dragon Knight. All right, so it is actually going to be a support Dark Willow. The Dragon Knight comes in at the end for Dendi, so it is going to be Lil's Dark Willow.
It's kind of what I figured, because he was smiling the most, right? And he's kind of like that. He likes playing 4s in weird ways. Like, oh, I'm going to play Shadow Demon and get like Veil, Dagon. I remember he did that one game. That's pretty cool to watch. But Dragon Knight, not weird. It's their tower hitter. That's another thing that should have been really obvious. Like, they need a hero to hit tower. It can't just be Gyrocopter. Dragon Knight is a hero that makes sense on. He's amplified by Beastmaster Aura. It just makes a lot of sense. Another stun to combo with the Beastmaster stun, the Rubik stun, and I think it's a good pick.
I'm wondering how much of a good time he's going to have against the OD, however. Like, that lane doesn't seem like that much fun with a Witch Doctor harassing. I suppose you got Dragon Blood, but can he get CS in the lane?
He can definitely get CS in the lane with Quelling Blade for sure. OD's damage is not that high. I'd be a little bit more worried about roam from like a Tusk perhaps.
Okay.
But like level 1, level 2, OD can't do that much. He can like banish a creep while he gets a deny or a last hit.
By the point he can do something, then you have Dragon Blood, so...
And you need like a lot of Aura passive with Orb to steal his int. So if you spam that too much early, you're out of mana, and then you can't really do anything anyways except for right-click. So it's kind of like this thing where OD doesn't really ramp up to be a great lane harasser until like level 3, I'd argue.
It's almost like when you want to almost like see the lane switch up, because we've seen some ODs run on the safe lane where they go for this 2-0-2 build at the very beginning and just turn into a full lane presence kind of thing.
Probably something like that would be smart. I like that. Or who knows, maybe they'll move heroes around, put a TB in lane. But now they're gonna put TB safe lane against Beastmaster. That makes the most sense. Throw the OD mid. Maybe we'll see Navi move lanes, but I think we're just gonna see standard stuff here in this game.
Okay, well, let's find out. The game is underway, so our final elimination game of the day. Navi versus TNC, who is our 8th team. They'll get to compete in the arena this Friday. We'll have 1 day off. Just a reminder as well, for people wondering how the bracket is going to be drawn for all of this, it is actually drawn. It is not auto-assigned. We'll have the end wrap-up show with Paul at the conclusion of this game, which is when Slacks will actually draw out the matches between the teams. So if you want to know the grid, do not turn off after this game. You'll find it all out then.
So TNC so far moving around, putting some wards down, maybe looking for some easy kills, but
they're definitely prepping something on the bottom lane.
They're just looking for like an easy kill in case somebody walks through there, because between Ice Shards, a Orb of Venom, and a Maledict, they can definitely get a lot of kills. Maybe not against, I guess TB's the other team. They could kill pretty much any hero they find on Navi, except for maybe Dark Willow using Shadow Realm.
Yeah, I like, because we were watching the Dark Willow last time. It's like how long until you skill something? Instantly, Lil's just like, nope, it's Shadow Realm. I'm not playing around with Curse Crown or any kind of Bramble Maze. This is lane harassment in a nutshell. And he walks in and the sentry's just too far away from the Dire Observer Ward. So he at least knows he can contest the rune. No, he ain't contesting Jack. In fact, Navi's actually only going to get one of the bounty runes out of the 4.
Yeah, they're just too worried about the Witch Doctor plus Tusk combo here. They'll play it safe, and it is actually going to be Gyro in the mid lane, and that's going to be up against OD.
They're protecting Dendi on the safe lane, so yeah, OD versus the Gyrocopter. You'll have the extra help from Lil, so he'll try and harass out Armel, and that leaves Puck, Tusker, and Witch Doctor all on the off lane for TNC against the safe lane DK, and that's Beastmaster as well as Rubik up on the top against Raven.
Yep, this is why he skilled right away, because he knew he was going to go mid and he wanted to harass his opponent. Banish is used, but quite a few nukes thrown onto OD, and maybe he's going to have too much harass in this lane. It's going to be a tough time for him.
The cooldown timing is actually almost identical for Homing Missile as well as Shadow Realm. So just harass away Dendi, bottom lane. Maledict, first level. They lock him in with the shards, and this should be enough damage to kill off Dendi. His regeneration just doesn't exist. He got no points up in Dragon Blood. And Cuckoo's tick of that level 1 Maledict is more than enough after Tim's had the great setup with the shards.
They just knew that whoever goes bottom, they're going to kill him. Or at least they're going to do a lot of damage to him. It being Dragon Knight doesn't make a big difference. The big thing would be killing him a second time, since he just TP'd back, but they may have to play safer bet, and Dendi picks up 2.
Armel's coming to the bottom lane now. So yeah, they're pushing Sam H into the mid. They don't want to have that matchup, but the Gyrocopter's moving with him. So they saw, thanks to the Observer Ward from Navi, the OD move. So Gyro goes south, and now Lil basically plays... He's playing the role we thought Dendi might play.
Well, just basically Dendi TP'd bottom prior, so now he has to walk all the way mid.
Yep.
Maybe a bit of a weird rotation, but he's kind of forced to do this, right? And they want to have this good matchup against OD because he doesn't have that much regen.
Bottom lane, Snowball coming down towards Crystallize. There is the pickup and throwback by LeBron. There to ensure his Gyrocopter stays alive. Flank cannon, couple of extra charges, trying to close the distance on Cuckoo.
Maybe a bit of a Tim's mistake. Could have thrown the Ice Shards while using the Snowball, but held out, and an instant lift by LeBron saves Gyro.
And a run back for both the Invis rune on bottom, which is nice for Armel, and the bounty runes for the supports. Lil's already starting his movement as well, looking for more bounty runes potentially to help out the top lane, giving General a hand against Raven. As General is ready to start spamming out a little bit more. He went the 2 points up in the wild axes, so no slows, no control. It's just the norm.
I mean, they're going to try pressuring here on the Terrorblade, but...
Wait, where's the follow-up? Okay, Cuckoo's there. Cuckoo, if Tims can just get the nice little start. There's the Maledict, shards in, Crystallize. Yeah, he is most definitely Snowball, cancelling TP, dead. Cuckoo claims his second kill of the game. Super
well done there. Great ward placement as well. Actually, I'm sorry, they just had the Invis vision, I suppose. The ward there by the Radiant... Did they grab Invis bot rune?
Yeah, they grabbed Invis bottom.
Ooh, they definitely shouldn't have died to that then. Because they should have been able to see that it spawned and then also watched him grab it and realize, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to cross to the jungle, but maybe they juked out where Tim's is going, but that's a big kill.
LeBron's prepping the stacks as they move towards mid. And Armel, again, we start the musical chairs game. Then he got his matchup against Sam H once more. Now with the 2 points up in Dragon Blood, he really does not care about the harassment of the puck. He cares more about this Tims and Cuckoo rotation combo.
I don't think this rotation stuff is all that bad for Navi. If you look at the last hits, everybody's doing bad except for Beastmaster. So I don't think Dendy's too upset. Yeah, he died first blood or whatever, but you don't lose any gold really at that moment. So
General's got double the CS of that Terrorblade. Obviously, you're still waiting for Terrorblade to push. Metamorphosis just came off cooldown once more. But without the help from Tims as well as Cuckoo, can he even do that?
Kill the Beastmaster?
Like, either kill the Beastmaster or add pressure to the top to force someone from Navi to come up.
Basically, this lane is going to be Terrorblade farming and Beastmaster getting last hits and possibly harassing. There's not going to be a kill in general unless there's a support rotation. They need Maledict at the least. Probably, maybe both, maybe Tusk and TB would do it.
Nice regeneration rune scouted up on top, but unfortunately for them, their bottle is not there. A better thing for them is the shards blocking and crystallize. LeBron trying to keep Cuckoo out. They pick up the Tuskar, try and throw him away. Got a little bit of extra stun to Sam H, but now with the Magnetize, it will pull Tims underneath the tower. Crystallize as he even try and salve through this. Does he accept the fact that he's dead? He accepts the fact that he's dead.
Salve would just be a waste of money, so ends up going down. Nice gank once again, and both Tims and Cuckoo playing very safe, are very patient, I think is the word I'd probably use. They know when to go in, they're waiting for the right moments, and they keep finding kills. 3 kills now for TNC and a 1k gold advantage.
Yeah, and they're all on the cause. One on the DK, 2 on the Gyrocopter. They're trying to keep him down. They're still going to have a little bit of problems with General once he gets a little bit bigger, once Raw starts becoming a factor. And General's already prepping himself.
Raven's still got a level advantage somehow. Maybe General leaving the lane briefly or something, but...
It's the fact that he was able to burn Metamorphosis, added more pressure, and yeah, General to be pushed out. Lil with the Bramble. Makes it difficult for Tims to chase.
Just across the board, decent last hits. Net worths are not very bizarre. First couple rotations will be big though. General, especially hitting 6, could be massive. But overall, TB's survivability is still high. He's got 2 tangos left. He's got a wand. No boots quite yet, but I don't think we're really going to see too many deaths if it's not like Witch Doctor and Tusk ganking somebody.
Yep. That's why my eyes are kind of locked on Cuckoo and Tims. And both teams are trying to get a little bit better vision. So you put the Observer Ward just north of that mid-tier 1 tower, and there's another one watching the bottom rune for Navi. So they do know that everyone's moving around. Lil, he can be okay with people attacking him. He's always got that Shadow Realm, so it's not a easy kill for TNC.
Cuckoo's able to make him walk back briefly. He's looking to do a pull, or a stack actually. But they'll lose the bounty runes once again. Just very clear that when you have Witch Doctor and Tusk, that you have a very capable ganking squad here. So it's not as safe for Navi heroes to move on the map, and as such, their supports are kind of just left to this position where they have to just sit behind their cores.
Yep.
Because they know the ganks will come, and if they're not there, their cores are going to die because they'll take too much damage from Maledict.
Well, LeBron's in the right position. He's not visible just yet. He's on the edge. Okay, now the Dire Observer Ward sees him. And Cuckoo and Tim Smoke will break. They want LeBron. They'll have to actually commit both the cask plus the shards to hold him in position. Quick Fade Bolt, LeBron taking way too much damage, but Crystallize looking for a little bit of revenge. They got the Dream Coil up, so Crystallize doesn't have the damage to actually get the kill, not when Sam H goes invis. So a double kill for Sam H. Lil in the neighborhood. Can't get that damage on Sam H. A quick phase shift, dodges the attack. The Bramble! Perfect position! Sam's out of 23 HP, and now the Cursed Crown ensures the king is dead.
And Sam H just feeling a little too confident with his desire to dive there. And one of the tough things is nobody knows how much HP Dark Willow had in that moment, right? She goes invis. The only person that maybe knew was Sam H, knowing about how much damage his nukes do. He landed both, and he started chasing because he had a DD, and then he realized, okay, she's actually got a lot of HP. I should probably just back. But at that point, it was too late. The Bramble barely catches, and if it didn't, that would have been a puck that doesn't die. So good turnaround there by Lil, despite all the unfortunateness, the unfortunate situation for the rest of his team.
Yeah. We still haven't felt the effect of the Beastmaster. And all this farm that he's gotten, so you're getting a Helmet of the Dominator build for General.
That's cool.
Do you, like, how do you go with this? Do you just get Blink Dagger? Do you get Shadow Blade? Do you go for kills? Okay, Cuckoo. Oh, Tendy, White Ball! Cuckoo? He won't tick out, he'll go down to 21 HP, but that Breathe Fire was definitely a stray from Dendy.
Yes, big miss there. Certainly should have had that kill. Maybe he's thinking that he could get a double hit, like both on the guy he killed and the guy that was teleporting in, but the teleport was late, looked extra bad.
Observer Ward is up from Tims as well as Cuckoo. That's why they felt like they can go for this. General as well as Lil keeping their distance to Bramble Maze. Lil just tries to position himself, so Tims gets stunned up. General trying to get out this one. Raw is available. He'll end up using it over on Raven, and he'll need the distance, and he'll have it. Dendy's nearby to lend some help. Raven moves back through the Bramble. Remember, he does have... Actually, he doesn't have mana. Actually, yeah, he does. He's got 17 one charges. He can Sunder. But LeBron's got 2 points up in Fade Bolt. He'll need some help if he wants to get this kill. Denny's moving over, and Sentry Ward's down. LeBron, there's at least a pickup, throwing Cuckoo down. The Breathe Fire will connect on Cuckoo this time, but he's got way too much life to survive.
Yeah, these guys paying attention to the Invis-runes at least. Not sure where they saw it grabbed. Maybe Sam H keeping his eyes on that one, but a nice little kill. And a little bit of benefit to Raven as well.
Yep, benefit for TNC all over. So more space to farm up. Sam H gets mid now, and Armel's been having a really good time on bottom. So now he's got the 3 points up in the Essence Aura. A lot more powerful as far as his lane presence goes now.
Yeah, his game has really stabilized a lot. He had a lot of trouble in the laning stage. Maybe I shouldn't say trouble, but constantly had to move lanes. Wasn't really in the most happy matchup. But now he gets this time period where he can just pick up some levels, pick up some farm, and now possibly actually threaten enemy heroes.
Yep. No longer a Gypsy OD. He's finally found a home. But that top lane, Tier 1 tower will go down. This is that power that comes from having a Dragon Knight, plus the extra creeps that come in from a Beastmaster. And yeah, you're right. The pickup over on Sam H, the silence is good.
That was really well played by Denny. He actually backed up to anticipate the silence coming out because he knew he wasn't early enough. And then he arcs back in and gets the stun. Puck not able to orb and phase in time. Only a level 1 phase, so it was pretty tough. But now Tim's picking up some much needed levels on the top lane. General's going to be looking at him, but at this point, getting a kill is... maybe he can do it, actually. He's got a Hellbear Smasher here. He is actually getting more points of Call of the Wild, though, which is going to make his mid-game maybe a little bit stronger.
Having that vision game. Well, actually, speaking of that, secondary sentry gets planted down by TNC, and the Observer Ward from NAVI in the Dire Jungle is gone.
And Lil's still trying to get some levels for his own. He's level 5 right now. No Arcane Boost yet, just for him. So this is like the part of the game where Dark Willow, has she done that much? She's done okay. I think Lil's been playing it fine, but as a hero, she hasn't felt super capable.
She's just been problematic more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like,
She's done some damage.
It's the way Lil builds it too, right? Like, Curse Crown he's not worrying about. Got this like 1-3-1 build in Dark Willow.
Super standard. This is like the normal Dark Willow build. So
yeah. Unlike the ones we saw like earlier in the tournament.
No, same build.
I thought it was Bramble, they upped.
No.
At least it was in the first game.
It's always second. Shadow Realm is almost always maxed first, followed by Bramble. So nothing weird here. He's going to pick up an Arcane Boots now, which gives him the mana longevity basically to do things more often and not have to leave base. But he's got to be able to turn some kills out, or at least push lanes with Bedlam would be another option.
Oh, for now, Lil's not leaving that mid lane. Got a group up from Crystallize and Dendy both around the shrine, but we're not looking at any kind of smoke play at all. You got the money for Lil to actually buy a smoke, but there's one on the courier. Actually picked up by LeBron.
Just feels a little static right now. I feel like somebody should have just rotated to Beastmaster's lane. Like, put Lil where Beastmaster is right now. You've got tons of damage with Bedlam. It's not like the craziest damage at level 1, but it's very high. Does something like 240 times 4. It's a lot of damage for a level 6 support. Just get him on top of a hero that's been roared, and that should be a kill. But right now, they're just kind of playing passive. All their heroes are farming. They've got Dragon Knight ulti. They're not rotating. It's basically what they're aiming for here, but I feel like they could get something done. And against an OD and a Terrorblade, I think it's worth attempting.
It's like, wait, you are playing a best-of-1 elimination game, so it's a lot of safety first, but it's the opportunities you are presented with, the opportunities you make.
Especially with the Beastmaster. This man wants to shout at somebody, get some follow-up, you know? We've got a DD at least. Like,
Someone's going to present it now. Or either that, they run out. So the smoke is coming out. It's just above that of the Beastmaster as well as the Dark Willow.
He's picked up an Necro one. He's super high kill potential. He's just going to solo kill people. I guess he doesn't even... Oh, no, this cask is going to... I don't think he cares. He's here to push, but...
Yeah.
He can certainly solo kill heroes.
That's a nice target, but they don't have the vision up the hill. And realizing that Tim's behind, there's actually 4 heroes from TNC in this mid lane. They revealed the fact there were 3. The Raven hero, however, that's a little bit more of a mystery.
So it's going to be TNC that make the first move here.
Yep, they go for LeBron. LeBron does have an escape mechanism. He's got Illusionary Orb stolen.
This is super standard stuff that a lot of teams are doing. They're putting their 4, their 5. Whoever isn't that important, they put him in the off lane. He pushes out that lane because they will eventually gank and dive the tier 1 tower. And he's just going to do this because he's harder to kill. And even if he does die, he doesn't care that much.
Well, he just uses escape mechanism. Stick charges are available. But yeah, as you said, doesn't really matter that much if he dies, and he will. The Die have one creep alive. It doesn't matter with the tier 1 tower. Obviously, there's no backdoor regen.
Might want somebody to eat the tower damage at least, but...
They're coming over. Tims and OD are so close, but Navi has just passed by. Lil will see Armel. His smoke will break. There was no vision from TNC. They just felt things were wrong, but Raven hasn't had that feeling just yet. Beastmaster coming around their side. They know which one's real. Axe cut, call down. Sam H wants to help out with the Dream Coil, but there was no time to get a Sunder off for Raven. So the TP out from Puck, and no Terrorize cancels the TP. Puck can't get through the maze. And 2 heroes for TNC pushing up the daisies.
Definitely very good for canceling TPs and trees, that's for sure. Terrorize. He actually is going 2 points in Bramble Maze. I guess he will level this up a little bit earlier. Arcane Rune over, and ultimately a good rotation for Navi. Maybe they could have done this earlier, but saving it for the moment when TNC did make a move to the tier 1 towers also has a lot of benefits. It's something that TNC probably expected to get. And instead, Navi just turns around, kills the core.
Yep, they're looking to go for more. That missile's coming towards the Witch Doctor, and then defensive imprisonment. You're able to steal the Ice Shards, locking in Cuckoo, no way to escape. Both the Ice Shards and the Bramble Maze going down in front of the tower.
And the best part is these cooldowns aren't even that long on Navi's side. I mean, Necronomicon is probably the biggest one, 90 seconds. Roar's up a little bit faster than that, and they're just going to keep moving here. If they keep getting kills and turn it into tower pushes, Navi's going to get a huge advantage here.
Yep.
They're in a really good position right now.
Navi will go a little bit blind. They put down the Observer Ward right between 2 dire Observer Wards, and TNC saw this. They pinged it out almost instantly.
That'd be huge if they get dewarded.
Yeah, they're going to. Cuckoo comes in, and boom, goodbye Observer Ward. So if Navi do want to fight on this bottom lane, like, it's going to be difficult. There's Observers and Sentries sitting in the bottom lane.
And they do deward everything. The tower is pretty healthy, so as long as Sam H pushes us out with an orb, at least they know that nobody's going to be able to swing in all the way near the tier 2 or put wards in that area. So that's going to make it easier for TNC to approach and defend the tier 1.
They did just lose the Frozen Sigil. That's the only downside about the beginning of this fight.
I mean, they can see General as well. If they can initiate on General, this would be huge. He's very separate from his team, but I think TNC's pretty scared right now.
He's trying to be that sideliner, just the perfect roar in the back if he can move through the trees. That's why the Hawk was looking for the extra vision. Fortification. Slowing down the push of Na'Vi. You've still got the Necro units and the Chen creeps there. Tims copping a fair chunk of damage. They want to go for a little bit more. As OD just waits it out. The imprisonment breaks free.
Well, they killed all the neutrals at least.
That is an upside. Unfortunately, it's a dragon.
Yeah.
And dragons are powerful. And they're taking the tier 1 tower in mid.
They have so much regen right now. If they come up too far, then you can just do a blink stun. And I don't know if they can turn around and kill him fast enough. Like, they can Maledict to drop the Death Ward, but if Na'Vi follows up with, like, a big ultimate, they have to fear Primal Roar. They have tons of attack speed right now between the Helm of the Dominator and the Beastmaster Aura. Like, and now they deny the tower as well. That's so tough there for TNC.
Yeah.
Na'Vi is just using the strategies of a hero to abuse what they can, and TNC's on the back foot.
TNC can still claim the other towers pretty quickly. Like, it's not like they're very high. They're all below 1/3 life. So it's all about the defense. That's why Lil's here. Blink Dagger already on Armel, able to dodge.
Wrong
Both
guess
the
on that.
Bramble Maze as well as the Shadow Realm, which was the starting attack.
Yep. Just trying to interrupt the Blink Dagger so that he could actually commit to a kill. But OD gets out, and they may
jump
turn.
in. Blink Dagger forward. Puck's waiting for the movement, and Dendi only just arrived at this party, and Terrorize pushes the OD back the other way. Raven has the range, but he's also got the Curse Crown on him. The Roar holds him in position, and Puck is, I believe, trapped in the trees. Sam H cannot get out of here. Now he can with the ult forward. LeBron looking to be the one who's going to receive it, and Cuckoo, what a cast, what a death ward, right in the right place at the right time. A lot of rights, and even the shards holding in Lil. He'll decide to try and turn, going into that Shadow Realm, got the Curse Crown, the Tusker with the call down to TNC. Maybe bit off more than they can chew. Where Dendy is here, the phase shift from Sam H able to dodge a lot of the damage, but when you just have Raven turn around for the Sunder, Na'Vi just doesn't have the life anymore or the power to battle against Raven. They're doing as much as they can. The Cursed Crown will stun up Raven, but it's time for Dendy to get back to the tower. But the Dragon Tail Armel under the tower is too much, and the damage, no, the defensive imprisonment. Lil is trying to get that Shadow Realm damage in, and now OD can't get out of it. He's, oh wait, there is a small path away from the Breathe Fire. 4-star from Blink, Armel is away.
Great escape there by Armel. That looked very dangerous. Ultimately, he ended up killing the neutral instead of going for the Dendi Dragonite kill, maybe fearing the instant stun, but ultimately TNC gets a great chase. Navi got some good advantage back, though. The Bramble Maze that TNC was forced to run through caused so many issues when they're actually successful, but initial jump was good. Puck throws the silence down, he phase shifts the Terrorize, gets the ulti off, which guarantees that Dendy is still in a dangerous position, but they're not able to break the Dream Coil.
Yeah, Sam H just couldn't add any more pressure once he put himself in the trees, and the chase kept going. Great hold up from Cuckoo. Bought the time for Tims to connect with the snowball.
And everything looked really good for TNC here, but
How do you get through the maze?
Very dangerous here. Long stun, and Gyro finally showing up for the fight.
Yep.
Then the Thunder was big too. Lowers the HP of the Gyrocopter. They finally get to chase, had to run through Bramble Maze. Very long fight, but ultimately, I think TNC is going to be okay with this one.
Well, TNC are coming for a kill. They're going to find Dark Willow as the smoke will break. Pings come through, Lil into the Shadow Realm, and that's all they had to say about that.
I love the Blink Rush. I think this is what you have to do when you play Dark Willow, because if you do find a disable, you need to be able to instantly get on top of them and activate Bedlam. Whereas if you go things, I think the Earn build's alright, but if you buy Yules first, then yes, it gives you some survivability, you can remove silences, but it's harder for you to snowball off of killing more farmed heroes than you. And Lil's got it already. He can definitely make this happen. He's got 4 kills now. Definitely playing well.
Yeah, so much money into him. Still waiting for the Beastmaster to get more. We actually had General not finish the Necro book. He went for Blink too. So Navi trying to be as quick as they can. There's 3 blinks. Dendy was the other player to pick it up.
I like the build. I like the build General's doing. It's going to be very easy for him to find somebody out of position and possibly just kill him right away.
They're going in for Roshan. The schedule of Tim scattered it out. They're going for a long flank. Cuckoo and Tims will come from behind. Puck coming from direct ahead, actually aggroing up the Ancients. Not quite certain he meant to do that, but the orb lets him know. Roshan's at 50%. The Necrobooks and Centaur are the ones tanking up for now, right now for Roshan.
Armol is not going to be there in time. Doesn't have Blink, doesn't have Force. He'll be there in a second though, maybe.
General, he's in the trees. There goes the Bramble Mace. The instant roar on the punt. He never got the drink call off. The perfect control. General hit it right from the noggin. Same thing for Tusker. Getting stunned up. He'll go into the snowball and inside the pit. Crystallize actually snatches the Aegis more than that after Armel jumped in. He got the last hit onto Roshan, but they're on the run. The Terrorize. They're forced away. The Breathe Fire plus the Axes. It's enough range magical damage. Raven can potentially fight underneath the shrine. He's got at least an escape mechanism through the Sunder.
Really good fight there by Navi. Completely won by General, basically. The Hawk on the high ground, I don't even think they had a ward, but the Hawk providing vision, and he just puts the Roar down. He was about to catch Puck before he blinks, but it was the worst case for Sam H there, in that the Roar just followed him. And that only happens when Puck is in range the entire time, which is kind of crazy. He was in range of Roar, Blink's still in range of Roar. The Roar went down too fast for him to cast spells. Huge play.
A lot of harassment up on top. But there was nothing really to come from it. Let's have a look at that moment once again. So inside the pit, Sam H doesn't see General until it's too late. Yeah, you can just see the neck snap of General for the Roar.
And instantly they follow up the stun, guarantee the Puck kill, and now it's very hard to teamfight for TNC. He does buy back on Puck to get back in this engagement. At least they did steal the Roche gold at least.
Yeah.
But Aegis burned here. They're going to lose the OD on the back. And they're kind of lucky that Terrorblade didn't go down as well. 1 stun and he would have been caught.
Well, General's ready to fight once more. Blink Dagger and Roar is up. Crystallize now having the time of his life on bottom lane. And Navi, they smoke well out of range of any dive vision. I think they're hoping for something around the Trinity camp of Dire. Tusker's going to get his TP out at the perfect time. Crystallize will give a global homing missile just for a bit of fun.
I like that, actually. Just know where your opponents are. They now know Tusk probably TP'd back to base, etc. Looking for some grabs, though. Dragon Knight's got his Halberd finished, so the Lincolns won't be a problem. And very, very good item against both OD.
Are they like, is he close enough? Is he close enough? Okay, you just walked so close to town, you smoke broke. All right, they know.
Good save to himself there. Interesting, he went mech on Tusk this game. No initiation, just trying to keep allies alive.
Well, that bottom tier 2 tower will not stay alive. TNC can get revenge as Armel brings down the mid tier 1 tower. Top tower is under attack for Na'Vi as well. Support's rotated over as 3 heroes from Na'Vi on the run. They got a small little mud golem who is not part of the smoke, but the blink in raw right on top of Cuckoo and the Terrorize. Terrorblade, you wouldn't think he's the man that gets caught out by such a thing, but he can sunder onto LeBron, and LeBron, he's looking to steal. He only got reflection, but it's still going to be enough.
Yeah, big save by Dendy as well. Uses the halberd on the OD or on the Terrorblade that prevents LeBron from going down at least. The Sunder, the meta, great initiation there by Navi, and Dark Willow's working out, man.
It is.
The long-range Terrorize jumps in, drops the Bedlam, and all of a sudden, it's just a very different hero once you get Blink. There's the threat of Terrorize, and you can always follow up on it as well with damage.
Yep. And you know what? Yeah, follow up with the push too. And those Necrobooks stay alive. Having the double creeps with the Beastmaster, always pushing. Now they claim a tier 2 tower after claiming such big hero kills. Sam H is hiding in the tree. I'm not quite certain exactly what he wants to achieve here.
Just wait till his allies show up maybe, and then potentially get a kill. Or he can wait till the next creep wave comes, nuke that one, and then TP home. That way at least it makes it harder for Navi to actually go for the tier 2 top, which kind of seems like that's the way they're heading anyways. So definitely creep cutting is the move right here.
Good observers and sentries down by TNC, so they know that Na'Vi is basically taking control of the dire jungle.
Ooh, Dark Willow trying to catch Sam here, but it's going to be hard. He's going to just face it.
Yeah, with the Curse Crown. Bramble Maze, it's just off position, and he's in the middle of it. The silence is out. The jump over begins the TP. No Yule Scepter and the damage. Yeah, Lil was not going to get that in time.
Did not have Terrorize just yet. Either way, good catch there. Almost killing the puck. Only 3 points in phase shift, so he almost got killed. And in the meantime, the rest of TNC is just farming creep waves. They've got Halberd, Hurricane Pike, excuse me, on OD finished at least, so he can better defend himself, but they still need a BKB really badly on a hero like OD. Yep. Between the Halberd and the stuns, it's so easy for him to jump into a fight and just be kited or chain stunned.
Yeah, but he needs more time for this, and he's running out of map to farm it. So TNC have to use Raven to force in the bottom lane, so Armel can farm up the camps. They're still, like, both of them are still the top net worths, but it's the critical items they need to fight against what Navi already has. Navi's items seem to be a lot cheaper. Their abilities seem to be a lot lower cooldown. Yep. They can just keep fighting at a more efficient rate.
It's definitely one of the downsides of having the OD, I think. I feel like a lot of times he falls in this playstyle. I don't think Armel's playing bad. His net worth is really good, but he certainly feels like he needs these mobility items, and on top of that, he also needs BKB.
Run, Tims. Run. Okay. Die, Tims. Die.
You got that stun,
try and protect yourself. Look at the close. It's like, okay, I'll get the range creep with this. More valuable than the Tusker at this point.
Definitely one of the negatives of the mech build is that you cannot escape as easily. He has a blink. Maybe he gets out there, but
actually, just Navi go high ground. Like, they got double catapults now. General stole one. Okay, no, they're TPing over towards their shrines. I think they want to have a crack at the OD. He just used imprisonment aggressively.
They see where he went. They put a ward on the high ground.
But this is when those dire observer wards are really going to pay off too. And Beastmaster just came in range of one.
Yeah, they kind of walked a little too far forward there. It might have mismicroed because he walked his hero on the low ground. I think he was trying to move the Hawk over, but might have selected the wrong thing. Because you can't just walk up the cliff. It's very likely your opponent sees you coming in.
Yep.
Gank is broken. In some ways, maybe Navi should have pressured a little bit more there. But
second they could. Like, they have Dragon Form. They had the Necrobooks up and running. They're not level 3 just yet. Beastmaster's actually holding his cash, but he can definitely buy the level 3 book. In fact, it's now coming out in the courier.
But it's very scary to go high ground, especially on a Tusk, who can ice shard off the exit in a lot of ways. Against a Witch Doctor, where the cask is bouncing while you're going high ground. Against
so
Puck,
it's get picked, then go.
And even buybacks, that kind of thing as well. Like, it's already hard enough for Navi to win team fights here. They have to also deal with buybacks and people showing back up with TPs. It's going to be hard, especially in this, like, very stunned, ultimate-focused sort of lineup that Navi's running. They do have level 2 Bedlam now. This does like over twice as much damage as the first one. So if somebody does get caught and Lil's in the area, that's going to be a dead hero.
I am so looking forward to seeing more of this Dark Willow play from Lil.
I think Beastmaster's Boar is actually just killing entire creep waves by himself. Does 80 damage right now. Attack's kind of slow, but I mean...
Well, it's the balance, right? Like, it takes 1 minute now to spawn this type of stuff, unlike the old Call of the Wild.
And he also went for the boar damage perk, because he knows pushing lanes is super important.
Over just having, like, the +7 armor. It's not like he's the frontline tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's useful against TB for sure, but the rest of the heroes, it's okay. I like the boar damage in this case. So they know that they have great ganking, much better ganking than TNC, so pushing lanes is going to give them those opportunities.
Dandy's almost finished the BKB. In fact, it's going to come out in the courier once the courier returns home. You went Glimmer Cape on the Rubik, so it was save items for LeBron, not getting that 4th Blink Dagger yet.
think it's the first time I've seen Brown Boots Glimmer on a Rubik before. Normally they go
Arcane.
Arcane or Tranquils is very common, but it's fine though. I mean, as long as he's got Arcane Boot or Clarity Potions, he's got more than enough mana. He just needs to be there to save his course, because TNC, again, doesn't have the best gank. If it's just like Maledict plus damage, Glimmer shuts that whole thing down. It's just done. The gank ends.
Wondering if Tims can get rid of this Radiant Observer Ward to look around Roshan. Hey, they got the perfect sentry. Someone just needs to walk up the hill.
And I don't think they're going to do that anytime soon, because that's definitely the place that Navi wants to control, because that's basically where the Radiant team wants to stand to set up for actually going for Roche. So.
Yeah, but that's why I'm just like, can you get rid of that defensive vision? It's 2 minutes and a bit till Roshan. Next items are arriving just to help TNC in that fight.
That's a pretty fast Ags too. Very, very good this game. And there's already how many BKBs? 2 BKBs on the Radiant side.
Actually, just love how close this game has been. Like, the gold graph hasn't really swung above 2K. Same for the experience, even though it is starting to get a little bit closer towards NAVI. Both these teams just staying really, really close to each other. I think the only primary difference you have is the fact that out of the top 5 net worths, the top 2 belong to TNC. So there's a lot of pressure on the OD and the Terrorblade. But it's good for the OD, as you said. Like, he needs to be up top. He needs to be there.
I think Navi's relatively happy with where they're at, just because of the Beastmaster can so easily kill supports. He can almost kill the strong cores on the enemy team if he catches them with a roar. So I feel like that's a big late game advantage, especially the vision of having a hawk, things like that.
Yep. Do you like the evasion style build? Gyrocopter coming in for the butterfly before any other like after the BKB?
Yeah, it's not that uncommon, just because a BKB makes you magic immune, butterfly will make you not physical immune, but much better against physical. Not to mention the movement speed. They're going to maybe catch him here, though.
Well, General sitting behind. This may give TNC pause for concern. LeBron's not too far out either, so there's your jump in. And, they force him and snap. Instantly, the Dream Call. No way to protect yourself from that. Once the Aghanims was up, he didn't even get his BKB off in time. So LeBron on the run. He can shard block the way, but when you got double blinks available, they banish him up. The Bramble Maze is to the north, but LeBron will never reach it. Glimmered. Wait, they have detection, right? Okay.
Dude, I think that was a Beastmaster Force staff on the gyro.
I think so too.
Because I was checking around, I clicked on the hour worth of hour. He wasn't on cooldown for a Hurricane Block. I might be wrong, but I feel like he was trying to save his gyro, and he kind of guaranteed it. I mean, he was probably dead anyways. Maybe he pops BKB there. Either way, he's gonna break the Axe tether. I don't think it matters,
they wouldn't have known it was an Axe tether. Like, they probably thought you just BKB and just push, and then that's it.
Possibly, yeah.
And here comes TNC now. They got a huge opening. No buybacks for all 3 of the Na'Vi cores. A double catapult wave, and in they jump. Sam H with the fantastic silence, but there's a Yule Scepter for Dark Willow. So she gets back in. She may have to terrorize them all back out of here. But for now, TNC stand their ground, and yep, there it is. Everybody run away in fear.
It's not bad that time, though. Everybody's alive in about 10 seconds, so it loses their ability to kill the tier 3 tower. It's a good terrorize in that moment.
It does make it more difficult to stop TNC if they want to go for Roshan, and Roshan will be up. He's already hit the maximum 3-minute spawn time. So TNC will be aware of this, and Na'Vi may try and come and contest it. Hence TNC, they turn around. They stand on the higher ground and they wait for Na'Vi to arrive. The Observer Ward's there, but now they got scouted out by the Hawk. So trap is set, but it's up to Na'Vi if they want to walk into it. With a 5-man smoke, they may do it. That's an illusion in the mid. There's the real one, breaking the smoke. LeBron, he's underneath an Observer and Sentry Ward. They see him perfectly clearly. The Walrus punches the backlines. Crystalline finally gets the BKB off with the Black Hands. The damage is good. They've locked down the puck. Na'Vi with that Blink Roar as well as Blink Dragon Tail stun, but they need more. The Tuskar will hit the deck. Lil will take care of him, while Dendy, he's focusing on the bigger fish. Okay, now they're finally taking care of Tims. So back to bigger fish. Terrorblade, the magic missile, or homing missile, able to connect onto him. Defensive imprisonment. Lil cannot get the damage out, and Raven sunders on General, but still caught inside the Bramble Maze. No easy way out. Another homing missile runs forward. Can they attack it and get rid of it before it connects? They cannot, but it doesn't matter when he Manta dodges it. Right. TNC is on the retreat, but they didn't get Roshan. And they didn't really get the fight they were looking for either.
Yeah, they were really hoping to just catch Navi unawares there, but it did not go like that. I mean, either way, they didn't have Metamorphosis. Terrorblade got initiated on, the puck got caught. That was the big moment here. And if
that
Navi
Hawk
can kill this, it'd be big, but
they need to get rid of that Hawk. The Bramble Maze makes it so difficult for TNC to get in without blinking forward. That's exactly what the OD does. Looks for the target. He's got the Cursed Crown on him. Everyone from TNC, stay clear.
Just Navi doesn't kill Roche very fast here. I don't think they have a medallion yet, so...
No, they put everything else for the Beastmaster into creating the army.
Yeah, would have had to be Beast. Maybe Dark Willow. It's really not a Dark Willow item though. So
They've also got the problem of bottom lane. They're still pushing in with 4 range creeps and 2 siege creeps.
that helps. I think the tower can defend that no problem. Maybe send back a Helm the Dominator creep from Beastmaster.
Nah, Crystallize wants the cash.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Turn on the flat cannon and get the money. He's still trying to build into the Satanic, so he's got more survivability in these fights.
He needs a Sunder of his own, basically.
Yep.
Either way, he could have TB'd back to Shrine, so that makes sense that it's okay to go back. But level 20 now for the Beastmaster. He's gone Wild Axe's damage. It's always a fun perk. But I think TNC is relatively happy with their position, because I do think that they have the much better late game carries between Terrorblade and OD.
Yep.
Not that Dragonite did not look amazing earlier today. And Gyro's not nothing to slouch at, but he certainly gets out-carried by the likes of TB.
Yep. Until you can finally just be above him with huge amounts of damage. And maybe that's what Gyrocopter's thinking of. It's like, it's the old Rapier build, right? Like you get BKB, Butterfly, Satanic, and then you can get the Rapier directly. Because you should be able to survive no matter what.
I mean, with the puck eggs, it's dangerous, dude. If you ever catch him in a place where he does not want to stand, it's a bad time.
It
You're
also
gonna get
feels
stunned.
weird now. You got like Nullifier as an option. General, they're ready to jump. Tims goes for the shard, short range. And
really
General already sees it and defensively blinks away. He still had the 4-staff in case things went wrong.
Probably needed to go for like a blink wall response.
This is nice from Cuckoo. Up around the back. The Observer from Radiant has already cleaned out the vision of TNC, so they don't have that to work with. Not to mention, there's not many trees left.
And there's definitely some potential for a gem changing this game right now. But either way, the Hawk is still going to be a huge headache for TNC. What a close game, 1K.
Yeah.
OD working on Lincoln Sphere. Terrorblade just finished his Lincolns, and in fact, he's actually got enough for a Scotty right now.
I like how when the graph swings, it instantly just like snaps back. Like the experience graph, I think, is like the better one to show that one for. It's straight down, straight back up again.
The Reflection talent grabbed on Terrorblade, no big surprise, but there's a lot of really good things this game to steal. You'll get Beastmaster aura, you'll get his Helm of the Dominator aura, you're going to get potential AC that Dragonite makes, you're going to get Rubik aura. There's so many good auras that are going to amplify their damage.
I kind of hope we get to see that battle we just had before. Hawk versus Sigil. And just, who can survive longest? Like Metapod versus Metapod.
How do they can't kill each other, so is it like who does the better spin dance?
I think it's who lasts longer. The cooldown time on Hawk versus Sigil is just the wait out game, right?
I have no idea who wins.
Until someone converts into a Butterfree, you're just not going to win.
Okay. Come on, surely the Hawk is a flying and normal type Pokemon. And the Sigil is clearly an ice type and flying type Pokemon. They have flying in common, I guess.
Who still wins that?
I don't know. Definitely the ice. Ice beats flying, everybody knows that. So
we got it back again.
That's factual Pokemon.
This is the biggest duel right now. Come on, Observer. This is what we're looking at right now. It's Sigil versus Hawk. Oh, the Sigil just died. Hawk wins.
Okay. Tusk going for... Oh, I love this build. He's going to Axe this game. It's so cool. He wants to kick people out of the Dream Coil for a guaranteed 4.5 second stun, regardless if you can... I don't know if you can Walrus kick through Magic Immunity. I feel like you can't. But if he times it correctly, let's say, I don't know, Blink Punch for a second, and then gets the kickoff.
If I hit the old thing for Walrus Punch, it says works fully on spell immune units.
That's because that's Walrus Punch. It's a different key.
Yeah,
it's a different.
It's right here. It's the kick, right?
Yep.
But shouldn't it be transferred over?
No, very different. One's like a nuke technically, even though it's a different. You would think, okay, he's using his foot instead of his hand. Surely it's similar. No.
Yeah.
It's a little different. So it's high damage.
So what is more powerful, the foot or the fist?
I think the fist is better for sure. And kicking somebody the distance that you can kick them is very often a bad thing. I've certainly thrown some games a little with Walrus because I'm like, oh, I'll just do some damage, but it kicks you like more than a Blink Dagger range or something. It's crazy, dude. So like, yes, this is gonna be cool, but it could also get real clowny and bad. But this is Tim's, man. This guy is like Earth Spirit extraordinaire. So this is just like another level of
You're looking for the blink forward to turn him around and then kick him back into the Dire territory. That's what you're thinking.
And then snowball after them as they're flying. That way you can catch back up. Like if you do this perfectly, this Tusk Axe thing is real strong. And he's already got the prerequisite items. He's got an Urn, he's got a Guardian Greaves. It's not like he's all in on this. This is like, he's into luxury territory at 38 minutes on support Tusk. Like that's so cool.
TNC's watching again. The Roshan pit. There's a lot around. from NAVI, but that push on bottom lane, it's the Hellbear of Beastmaster that's just continuing this pressure.
That's a good one, man.
Satanic just got finished up on the gyrocopter, who's going to come back to defend this, and it looks like all of TNC are actually coming back to defend this.
I mean, it's basically just a game of who can find the other team at a good initiation, and that leads into X Roche thing. So it's scary. But I would say Navi definitely has a bit more advantage due to having the very strong tier 2 tower on the top lane. But either way, it's still Shrines, right?
Yeah.
There's not many wards on the map, just the one in front of Roche. So I guess teams look pretty equal. It just really comes down to the initiation. Oh, there's a gem on Dark Willow, though. They're going to be able to de-ward everything.
Yeah, and Navi's doing the full flank around. They left their own Observe Ward next to the Shrine, so if this fight does happen around Roshan, they'll know. At the same time, that Illusion in mid lane is attacking the tier 3 tower.
Oh, geez.
And it's actually gone. It's 22-9-0. Navi did not want to go back to defend that. If you want a better indicator to TNC that Navi is looking to fight, this is it. The Raw out from General. Necro books are already been done, but the defensive imprisonment. Bramble Mace is in a good position. Hard for Tims to get out until he snowballs, and he's going towards the Necro unit. Stunned up, but still surviving. Almost 1900 HP on Tims. And he has the grease. Narmel. Oh, that's a big grab. That's a huge grab. Lil needs to give some defense or something. Crystallize. Sam H, very slow to get there, so there was no follow-up Dream Call, which is what I was expecting.
Would have been huge there.
Yeah. It never came.
I mean, it's great banish to save the tusk there from danger, but still a little scary for TNC to initiate, but they'll start on the Roche pit.
Yeah.
They don't have to use Metamorphosis for this. It'll definitely accelerate things, but...
Sigil's gone. They don't have that control. There goes the Bramble, down once more. Puck getting caught in it. They don't want to really be in Roshan either.
I think they want to kill these Brambles ahead of time. Like, they do not want to mess around with this.
Yep. Hard to happen. The Illusion is standing at the gates, at the choke point.
They're really
the
waiting
Boar
for
and
the
the
Bramble.
Hawk, here we go again.
Oh, he's got an Arcane Rune. Does he just pop Metamorphosis now? He goes for it.
Yeah, he does. He's going after it.
It's half up time. This is a pretty decent time for him to commit it.
LeBron's trying to get closer. I don't know if he can wrap around the back here. Shards.
It's going to be General
keeping
that goes
Navi
in.
out. Roshan's down to 4.2k. There could jump in. The Dream Call onto Crystallize and General, but the call down is fantastic. And not to mention the fear. It was huge. They're all running away, TNC, when they wanted to engage. Isolating Tims on the wrong side of the river. This is exactly what we said TNC didn't want to have happen. But they may still come in to fight. Raven is there. Buyback is out from Tusker. They're going to get into the engagement. BKB of OD. They found LeBron stuck in the tree line. Stuck onto Terrorblade. He wants to keep fighting. 4-star forward. Trying to break free. Able to do so. The BKB starting to wear off, but the Raw out from the Beastmaster. Looking to get that die back onto Tims. It won't happen. Roshan still alive, 4.2k. Denny's got a little bit more of this Dragon Form left. The Sharp Block is great, but the Bramble Maze really causes a clusterfuck in front of Roshan. They want to have another crack. The orb from Sam H. They won't go forward. In fact, he'll have a homing missile on his tail in just a second. Roshan still licking his wounds as TNC re-entered the pit. 37 seconds until you have that Metamorphosis back off cooldown. And Navi, do you feel like you can stop this Dragon Form? Still up for only a couple more seconds.
Got BKB
the Bramble
soon.
Mage is down against Sam H. He was able to get the Dream Call off, but it only affected over on Lil. The call down is great as they all just sip there. TNC in front of Roshan.
It's
He's at 900 HP. They're running in, but then again, General dies in front of the pit. Buyback? Yeah, you bet. He's coming back into this engagement. Lil is on the run, hiding inside the Shadow Realm, but he can't get out this one. The stuns are too much. Actually, the rest of the team, they've turned back over to Roshan. They can't move too far away from the pit. This is still the crutch of this situation. Roshan at 950 HP, even stunning the Terrorblade. General, the Bramble Maze is back inside
all
again.
in.
He's looking for the Raw. The Axe is
Stunned
flying
again.
in. Denny's inside the pit.
He gets it.
Roshan killed by the Radiant. Snatched out by Raven. He got the Agency Ball. Kuku's position for the Death Ward. It's forcing Denny to run away. The orb damage is way too much. They're chasing down Crystallize. Armel with 40 points of stolen intelligence. He wants to kill on Crystallize. The shards don't block him. So Crystallize will get some distance. The Raven, he's still got half of this duration Metamorphosis with the double catapults. The mid-Rax was practically already dead. It went on that long. The creep wave of TNC was just too strong. But up on the north, Navi looking for a rebuttal, pushing in the top lane with General, trying to force some retreat, but it ain't stopping TNC. They're all down the bottom. The fortification is slowing down TNC. Denny wants to fight. There's a fresh Dragon Form, but there are so many Ravens on the field. The Lincoln Sphere, it actually got broken, but no stun from Dendy. He stands the ground, but where are the friends? He has no friends. Down for 80 seconds. TNC, they're going to claim their second lane of frags. General is still trying to walk back to be involved in this engagement. His roar is back off cooldown. He can lend this to the party as he blinks away from the engagement of TNC. If they had him, they'd be very happy. But Chris Lice's flat cannon is giving them pause for thought. 7 seconds till his BKB's back off cooldown. OD still trying to engage. Keep this intel up. He's at 32 points of it. Raven doesn't have Metamorphosis, but he has Aegis and Sunder, so he'll swap with the copy of the Rubik of all things to give him his life back. Ready to fight once more. Attacking the tier 4 towers. The trade coil is perfect. General and Chris Lice locked in. The Terrorize forcing TNC once again to run away. The Death Ward. Chris Lice happy to tank it because he's stealing the life back with a Satanic, but now that's burnt out too. Raven has to move back as well, down to 800 HP. Maybe he doesn't actually. He's got Nagus the Immortal. He can just keep fighting. The flag cannon's too far away. It's just trying to kill off the creep wave for the moment. And there's a jump back in from Sam H. But it's LeBron who's in trouble. OG has caught him. This could be it for Na'Vi. Too many dead. Not enough left to fight or hold the flag for Na'Vi. The tier 4 tower, the final remaining one, taken by TNC. They will go for the Radiant Ancient. Crystallize just comes back in again. He has the Satanic. The flag cannon damage is good. And now Lil doing some serious work, trying to get close to do some damage, and he got it. He actually got a 3-man stun with the Cursed Crowd, but even with that, it's not enough. Then he will BKB, but the flipping on Crystallize. Tim's is so low. Crystallize needs to do some damage, but he can't do it. He cannot actually regen, so a buyback, that'll work with the cooldown, hitting practically everything of TNC. Puck getting caught inside the Bramble Maze. He gets pushed away, defensively imprisoned. Dark Willow wants the kill. She needs to escape, but can't do it. Stunned for too long by Sam H's Dream Coil. They go even deeper. You get one kill in return, but at what cost for Na'Vi? They've lost practically everything. Dendy, you may as well buy back. It says you got it, but you've lost your throne. It's GG, well played. TNC have done it. They eliminate Na'Vi and will advance to the quarterfinals.
Oh, Toby, you've been talking a while there. That was kind of a long series of team fight. Holy crap, dude. Man, and just to think, they were just posturing around Roche a mere 8 minutes ago or however long it's been, but man.
I don't know, I lose track of time during moments like that.
That was so tense for sure. Crazy moments for TNC trying to take Roche, Na'Vi trying to prevent that. Those terrorizes, there was Sunders, there was puck ulties, so many crucial fights, and that whole time it was close. Some crucial moments at the end, especially when Lil got stunned by Dreamcoil. I'm pretty sure that was a force staff from the Witch Doctor as he approached that guaranteed his death, and that virtually ended the game, made sure that there was no way they could delay for the rest of their heroes to get up. So
the game delivered on what I wanted. I wanted a bloodbath from them. It took a while for the teams to build up to it, but it eventually happened. That fight around Roshan, how the hell? I kind of want to have a timer just for these fights. Like this is the like the stats we need to start pulling out. How long, like on average, are the team fights between certain teams when they match up? That one was pretty big.
Yes.
That's gonna buff up.
There's a lot of levels in this game, a lot of Roche fighting for sure. So let's take a look at some of the clips.
We're gonna watch the highlights. So this will be about 15 minutes long.
This is a pretty good gank here, catching the Dragonite, but Terrorize making it hard to secure the kill on him.
Maybe it definitely gives you a lot more faith, like for this Dark Willow to be picked up more and more.
Yeah, I think Lil definitely showed the benefits of the hero. You just have to have some pretty decent early mid-game fights, get a fast Blink Dagger, and then you are a big threat. Although once BKBs came out on TNC, it was very different. It was hard for him to find Terrorize into Bedlams when they didn't have BKB, and it wasn't a, I really need your team to run away at this moment thing, like a counter-initiation tool. But he definitely played the hero best that we've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely enjoyed it. TNC as well, like, just such a great positional game. Right choices, always looking to push out the side lanes, always looking to get the better trade against Na'Vi. Was there actually like one player that kind of stuck out more for you during all of this? Because it was so much fighting from both sides. Like, so many great plays from both sides as well. I think it's the hardest MVP we've had together.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sam H had some perfect initiations, I think, except for that one, of course.
Oops.
But I think Raven played really well this game. Probably is on the TNC side. I think he was probably the MVP. Maybe Tim's. Tim's played pretty good too. Everybody played well.
Yeah. It's kind of hard just to pick one out of all of this, but can we just pick everybody? I just want MVP, all 10 players, for giving us a terrific game of Dota.
I'm sure they can
that's the cheats way out there, right?
Ultimately, Roche was definitely the focus of this entire game, and I was kind of surprised that TNC didn't just commit to Roche here when it did get down to about 1,000 life here.
I love how quickly Dendy actually blinked out of that one. He saw the ulti coming. He saw it, and then it was only Lil that got caught, and then they just destroyed the puck. It felt so weird. Like General was running into the pit to try and stop Roshan by himself, not with the rest of the team.
This was the moment basically where I really felt like TNC should have just rushed. They had this like 10-second downtime. They got the kill. There was the buyback from General, and then they were back to this back and forth sort of circumstance.
Yeah.
Big ultimate, I think, in a moment here from Puck. Nope, he's actually dead.
Yeah,
he's
dead. It was a different one.
It's probably when he respawned and the fight was still going.
So the fact that Crystallize is also able to stand so long, I think we had like in this fight was something like 4 or 5 full flat cannon charges going out.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, Terrorblade was able to grab the Aegis here. You could really see the issues that OD had versus Gyro. I would say he was useful in this game. Definitely made some nice banishes, but as a whole, felt a little bit limited in terms of needing farm, among other things.
Yeah. Man, just terrific performance for TNC. I still feel like after that game, I would have been very happy for either side to actually go in.
Yep.
But TNC have had a great performance throughout the tournament. They went up against Mineski, they went up against Optic Gaming, the other team to get through in our matches earlier today. And yeah, they had a bit of a rough run, but they went up against it was like VGJ Thunder was a very hard game, and Virtus Pro. So they were the only 2 games that TNC lost during the Swiss bracket. So it was a hard run for them with the games that they lost, but it's still good to see TNC performing after qualifying, get to a LAN event and actually put a result on the board.
And even if this game didn't look very sure-footed, I think the important thing was that TNC was playing, I would say, very reserved in the way that they did this late game. Here's the important ulti on Lil's Dark Willow here.
Yep.
Killing Dendy, we see a Puck ultimate, and production cut away at the perfect moment. It's okay. At that point, they were going to lose. So,
that was because of your snapper production at the very start of this game.
I think so. It's my fault, ultimately. I don't know. I'm looking at the stats right now, and I feel like TNC, like, Armel is sitting at 9-1 and 8. I don't feel there was the biggest impact ever from his hero, but he did do 22k damage. He died very few times. He was in a position where he had to fight against 2 BKB cores, one of which had evasion and was hard to deal with. And I feel like every time there was a disable on his ally, he constantly was there right away to get a banish off, to make the team fight semi-favorable for his team. So, I don't know, maybe he played like the supportive sort of mid-role is kind of what it felt like.
I'm actually with you on this one. I'm actually for Armel. Like, I think everyone else did a really good job, but Armel really seemed to make the most out of his imprisonments. I don't think there was many times you're like, man, this guy is alone, when like Armel was ever in, like he was always like seemed to be in close range. It's a shame the assists don't show as like assists against kills. But he would definitely be very high up there. And it wasn't, because it wasn't just like, I don't think we ever said, hey, it's Tim Snowball that said to protect. It was the defensive imprisonment that happened.
And he died half as much as Raven did, which is like, Raven just fed all the time, clearly. Like,
Raven's got 2 deaths.
Been in 19 versus 17 kills. Raven was in more kills, did slightly more damage. I think he did his job perfectly. I don't think he made very many mistakes at all. Good itemization. Everybody got farmed despite the pressure from Navi. But I think I would probably give it to Armel. It's pretty close.
I will agree. We'll see if production will agree with us in just a second. And they do. It is going to be Armel being our MVP of our final game of the Swiss bracket. Reminder as well, we're going to be doing the draw. So if you've already turned off your stream, sucks to be you, because you won't know until you read on all your news sites who's going up against who. But we'll be doing the draw when we bring in Red Eye for our wrap-up of the day. That's not too far off. Keep on your screens. We'll have Taraction Slacks, our wonderful ball girl.
And I know some of you stats guys are kind of curious how the ordering of the draw is going to go, but
we will explain this. Actually, we won't.
I mean, I could give you like half of it confidently, but not the full.
Red Eye's got to earn his paycheck for the day, right?
Oh, no, I do know it.
So
do you want me to handle this?
No. We're going to keep it a secret. Keep it safe.
It's really not that special.
Red Eye can come back and actually earn his way for the day by explaining how everything will be broken down as far as the main event goes, because you'll have one day to catch your breath. I'll be doing it after that last game as well. And we will hopefully come back for what is going to be a terrific main event. But to find out who's going to be playing who, stick around. I'll see you soon.